You want to see how to quickly and easily make your phone look like this, or this, or this, and just keep on watching. What's up everyone, it's Adrienne Finch and welcome to 2023 where this little thing in your pocket has never been so customizable. We literally do everything on our phones, from health tracking to banking to emailing and even selling products. This little computer can basically run your life for you, but just like anything else in our environment, when your phone becomes cluttered and disorganized, it can negatively affect your productivity, your mood, and even your physical health. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 7 aesthetically pleasing ways to organize your iPhone apps that'll maximize productivity, minimize clutter, and overall help you live a happier, healthier life. Okay, so the first way is one of the more tedious but more aesthetically pleasing ways to organize your apps, and that is by color. Not only does this just look awesome, but there are actual psychological benefits as well. Color coding has actually been found to enhance organization and memory retention, because basically when information is color coded, it becomes easier for our brain to sort and process, and anything that helps our brains work less hard is a great thing. So here we've just taken all of the apps and color coded them. You could do this by page, you could do it just rainbow, however you want. And pro tip for actually any of the strategies mentioned in this video, I really highly recommend hiding any of the apps that you don't really need to access often and just keep them in the app library, not cluttering your screen. So to do that, you're just gonna force touch the app and then click remove app. But instead of deleting, you're just gonna say remove from home screen. And then all the apps that you've removed from your home screen can be found in your app library. Okay, the next method is one of my absolute favorites, and I feel like it's not talked about that often, and that is to use invisible icons. The point of this method is to really create a more minimal, kind of clean home screen to look at, because if you remember from my decluttering video, clutter equals stress, and stress equals brain not functioning. We don't want that. But you can see how nice and clean this looks, and it really can only be achieved by using invisible icons. So let me show you how to do this. Back in the day, you could use this website called makeover.io if you guys remember, but apparently that website has ceased to function. So I found another one that is an app called MD Blank, Home Screen Widgets. You can download that app for free, and then how it works is you screenshot your background, and then you're gonna upload it to the app, and it creates blank widgets for you by kind of using your background as the widget. It'll try to get you to buy the pro version, by the way, but don't be fooled. You can click the X in the upper left-hand corner. That one almost got me. I was like, oh, dang it, it's not free. It is free. Just click the X. It'll do this a lot. So let's just say that I want this photo to be my background. And yes, that is me in a blonde wig. To do this from the lock screen, you're going to want to force touch and then click on add new wallpaper. You're going to select the photo that you want as the wallpaper and then click on the customize the home screen. And if you want the blur to be off, you can just click on that blur button and then you can see the photo actually showing up. We're gonna click done. So then basically we want to screenshot the wallpaper, and to do this, you'll go over to the very last page, force touch and swipe over one more time, screenshot that, and then we're gonna go back into this app and actually select that screenshot. There we go. Then we're gonna click add widget, and the only one available for free is this one with text, so we're just gonna click add with that. And then basically you can actually delete the text, or you can leave text if you want, but I'm gonna delete the text and put a space. That way it kind of just stays blank. And then you're gonna go back to your home page, force touch, click on the plus button at the top to add a widget. Now this is the weird part. When you go to add a widget, the app doesn't have a name, so you're just gonna click on that blue square though. And then we're gonna select the large one, and that's how we add that. So normally you can't actually put apps with a huge space on top like that, so I just think that looks really cool. Now, if you want to edit this widget or change the location, you can just force touch on that, click on edit widget. This is where you can pick the position, top or bottom. But let's say I wanna add like a medium widget. I would just force touch again, click on add, go back to the blue icon, click on the medium one, add the widget, and then do the same thing. Basically, just choose the position if I want middle, and then drag it to the place you want it. Boom, click done. And obviously that's not an ideal arrangement, but I think you get the gist. You can do so many cool things with this, like have a two-toned colored kind of wallpaper and have all your apps to the right or the left, and things like that, but I'll save all of the million ways to customize your phones for the next video. So the next way to organize your app is just by using only folders. So in theory, every app you use would fall into a category and you can just group them all together into one folder for that category. This is also a pretty clean, simple way to organize your apps. Everything's just grouped together nicely. It also leaves room for any widgets you might want, and you can choose whether you want like one solid page or multiple pages, and it's super customizable. No matter what, I do always recommend putting your most used apps on the first page, but you could organize those folders alphabetically, or you could title them using emojis emojis and color code them or really organize it however you want, which is cool. I'll also give you a fun little customization hack while we're here, okay? So if you like the functionality of folders, but you like the look of kind of one solid icon, then you can actually create a custom folder like this using the Shortcuts app. So to do this, you're gonna go to the Shortcuts app, and you should already have this on your iPhone. It comes with the phone. You're gonna click on the plus button at the top, click on Add Action. You can either click on Scripting or you can just search, choose from menu. And then where it says prompt, you're gonna type in what you kind of want it to ask you. I'm just gonna, for example, do a folder called Listen, and it'll be like all my music, things that I would listen to. So I'm gonna say, what do you want to listen to? Now, where it says 1 or 2, you'll write in the names of the apps that you could open. So I'll do Spotify, music, and then let's add another one called podcasts. So then what you're gonna do is add basically the action of opening an app. So just click on this search button, type open app, click on that, and then you're gonna drag this underneath each prompt. So let's do this 3 times. Okay, so then you're gonna click on this app button and actually find the Spotify app, music, podcasts. Okay, so then to actually add it to your home screen, you're gonna click on this box in the lower corner, click on Add to Home Screen, and then here's where you actually get to customize the name of the icon and what the picture is. So I'm gonna call this Listen. Then you're gonna tap on the little icon. You can either take a photo, choose a photo, or choose a file. I'm gonna choose a photo. I actually don't have a photo in mind for this one, but let's just pretend we're gonna use this flower photo. Click on Add, and then click on Done, and if you notice, here is the icon. And then when I tap on it, it asks me, what do I wanna listen to? I'm gonna click on Spotify, and it'll open Spotify. Or if you wanna use an icon that they allow you to use and not a custom one, you can go back to where it says All Shortcuts, click on the 3 dots, to edit again. And then up top, you would click on this little drop down thing, choose icon, and then it'll pull up a little page with all of their colors and icons. Ooh, they added more icons. That's really cool. Then you would just click done, and then you would again add it to your home screen. So that's pretty sweet, right? And you guys, if you're someone who likes having custom app icons for just individual apps, you actually will achieve that by doing kind of that same process. But when you go to add a new action, instead of choosing the choose from menu, you would just choose the open app. The next technique is also one of my favorite ways of organizing apps. I've been doing this for about 4 years or more, and that is the shelving method. So for this method, you're essentially sorting your apps into folders like you did before, but then in each category, you'll actually choose your most used apps and drag them to the side of that folder for easy access. You could do this with the folders at the top and the icons going down, but for me personally, I like having the folders on the left side and putting all of the icons to the right. It just makes sense to me, I think, because we read left to right, and that's just the way my brain works. I love this method because I don't like everything being tucked away in folders. So this way everything feels really organized and not cluttered, but I'm still able to see the apps that I use the most, which is just easier for me. The next way is to keep all of your most used apps on the first homepage in a very clean, minimal, just everything out there on the table kind of way. And then the remaining pages, you can choose whatever method of organization you want. I know I already mentioned that I recommend putting your most used apps on the first page all the time, but I think in this one, it's more specifically everything in the open in a very clean, minimal way. This is great for multiple reasons, okay? You're minimizing what you're actually looking at, so just less clutter, but also you're keeping it to your must-have apps, so there's just less room for distraction. You could choose only the apps you need for work, and it actually makes you take that extra step to like go to another page to get to those fun apps like Instagram or whatever, and it's just deterring you from distracting yourself all day, maybe, hopefully. Which also leads me to the 7th and final way of organizing your apps, which is actually to create unique home screens for every mood or vibe you're feeling, or for every like activity you have to do, aka setting a custom home screen for every focus mode that you have. If you didn't know, Apple now has a focus mode feature, and it's basically like a do not disturb where you get to choose the people and apps that are able to notify you when you're in the mode. With iOS 15, they added the ability to assign a custom home screen for each focus mode. So let's say we want the most used apps on the front page for our work mode, right? So that we're not distracted. We can literally have a preset style that whenever we go into work mode, that home screen always appears, which is so cool. This essentially means you can like save all these preset home screens and wallpapers for each time in your life, whether it's based on aesthetics or based on time of day or based on what you're doing. And I love that. So there's two ways to do this. Either you can make all of your wallpaper combinations first by going to the lock screen, force touching, and clicking to add a wallpaper here. And then from this page, you would just click focus on the bottom and assign each of them a focus mode. And obviously you will have had to make your focus modes. Or you can go to settings, focus, and then click on the one that you want to add a custom wallpaper to. Or maybe you have to make a new one, and you can do that by clicking the plus icon, making a new focus mode. And let's just say for this one, we're gonna choose like retro vibe. So if I'm just feeling one day like I want everything to look retro, I'm just gonna have that. And then you can select the wallpaper here. If you wanna create focus modes kind of more like this, where it's more based on aesthetics, you probably then still want people to be able to notify you, and you can make sure that all the notifications stay on by just not choosing people or apps in this category and just leaving that blank. So when it comes to making additional home screens, you can do this by actually dragging apps from the app library to your home screen on a new page like this. And you'll notice it lets you have the same app twice on your homepage. I remember I used to get confused why apps would show up twice. Like for example, there's Instagram and there it is again. I used to think this was a total glitch, but nope, it's there for a reason. So basically, once you've configured the pages that you want for each focus mode, you can hide them from your main screen. And you do that by force touching the background and then clicking on this bar on the bottom, and then just uncheck the ones that you don't want showing. And then when you go into focus mode settings again and you click on choose under the home screen, you can choose from all of the pages you've created, even the hidden ones. So you can basically make all these ones, hide them, and then choose them just for the specific focus modes. So obviously this is pretty tedious if you want multiple different kind of focus modes, but I feel like it's so worth it to be able to just instantly switch back and forth from like one mode to another and have totally custom way that your apps are arranged and custom backgrounds. Very cool. One thing to note is that whatever lock screen background you're choosing, the wallpaper that you paired with it as your home screen wallpaper will show up as well. So when you're making the home screens, just make sure to change it to the corresponding wallpaper that you want to make sure you arrange your home screen in a way that you want. Like if you're using the invisible icons, you obviously want to make sure you're changing your wallpaper to that to make the home screen, and then, you know, you can move it back. I love this technique because you just don't have to choose one way to organize everything. You can choose however many ways that you want. And for someone with ADD like me, I feel like it's just so nice to be able to switch it up and really have the vibe of what I'm looking at so often during the day shift with my mood or what I'm doing, which is so, so cool. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments which way is your favorite for organizing. And if you want to see more customization videos, click on this playlist right here. And for more iPhone and Apple product organization videos, click right here. Subscribe so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.